It's our favorite father-son casting duo, Beacon and
that's
Black.
us.
That's
right
all
there.
five.
Oh,
of
you're a
them.
whole team.
Oh, okay.
Our little brother.
I almost got to compete in the DPC.
Yeah, I mean, our brothers,
Dark days.
sisters, and family.
Alrighty,
Glad to
gentlemen.
see them.
What are your predictions for this game number 1?
You got it. You go
You
first.
go for, okay, Fnatic.
Oh, okay.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Ben?
All right. As you know, stories are told. So I have a Kadabra. He's my favorite Pokemon at the time. Threw him out, had him use Future Sight, and he said Fnatic.
Easy peasy. So that is the 5 prediction curse for Fnatic. Literally no way they can win anymore, but we're going to cover the game anyway. I'm throwing it over to jump into game number 1. It's Beacop and Black. Take it away.
Thank you, Nomad. Yeah, getting into this game number 1. We're in week number 4. We're on the second half. Every game always matters, but now it just feels like it's coming down to crunch time. We're getting in on the final ones, Black. It's
getting
there.
Yep. Almost at the end of the line. Of course, Fnatic, this is not a game they can afford to lose. And it doesn't look like they will. As the panel already said, there's a massive outdraft. Don't really see too many avenues for Vice to win this game, but we'll see. Maybe they can massively surprise us.
I mean, this is also not a series that Vice can lose either if they want to. Like, everything is really needed for them if they want to stay in the upper division.
Sure, but realistically, they, probably like, as Lizard would always say, 90-10 for Fnatic to win this game.
That percentage is very cursed.
Very cursed.
It's been cursed.
So do I say
times.
89-11 instead?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to stay from the 90-10 for sure.
Yeah.
That would probably work.
But yeah, like this Terrorblade is probably, TB is really good against the whole lineup. And I don't really see how they're going to pressure him too much.
Is this Alchemist going to have a game? We've seen Alchemists in this region specifically have moments where it's like, oh, well, I have no farm, and I'm an Alchemist.
Yeah, that's the problem against Terrorblade. Even if you do have farm, TB is a hard counter to Alchemist. All he does is physical damage, and TB has like 50 armor, minute 20.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be a tough ask, but they can do it. But against this Alchemist, it's not easy. This Alchemist doesn't lane too well against Tidehunter. It's not that easy. You keep getting anchor smashed, having that damage reduction applied to you. Just overall a tough lane. And of course, they did manage to snatch the puck in the second phase. I don't know how this hero keeps getting ignored in the first phase.
Simiel getting harassed here, up by DJ.
Yep, just pulling the wave. One more Thunder Strike in 8 seconds. He has to be careful. But chooses not to pursue.
I like that top lane a lot, too. I'm a big fan of Shadow Shaman in these lanes. He just seems to be one of those supports that really adds the most harassment at times.
Yeah, and especially with Gush, reducing armor by 4. Shadow Shaman suddenly hits for like 100.
Second highest base damage, all of a sudden you feel like you're hitting like a carry.
Yeah.
Which is a great feeling when you're a support.
As a bot lane, not the easiest lane either to really pressure this Terrorblade.
Yeah, getting on him is going to be a bit difficult. Is this a game we see maybe DJ go for that shard? We've seen a lot of Disruptor shards. Usually it's with something like a Wraith King or a Troll. But is it worth it getting it here, put it on the Terrorblade?
It's pretty good on TB as well. He loves that bonus movement speed and attack speed.
Right.
Especially if it's like, this is sort of like a 4 protect 1 kind of thing, You have this puck to set up for you. You have this Tide to set up for you. And you just have all these heroes to keep them in place for Terrorblade to really beat them down. It's a perfect TB draft, really. Perfect support cast around him.
Yeah.
And there's no high magic burst on Dire either.
Yeah. And a good enough lineup. It just seems so well-rounded for Fnatic. You've got your big team fight ulti in the Ravage, as well as really the Static Storm. That works for team fight, but that also works for getting a pick-off. Glimpse into the Static Storm with a kinetic field, you're getting anybody. Dream Coil locks him down, then all of a sudden from the side, Terrorblade's hitting with Metamorphosis. It just feels like there's so many parts to this teamwork that they've got for Fnatic, and that being said, now they get first blood on Zanky.
Yeah, and bot lane also dying.
As Samael dies as this Metamorphosis comes out from Raven, putting some heavy harassment onto the Bloodseeker. And that's already a kill in each of these side lanes for Fnatic. I don't want to sound too one-sided, though. There are things here that I've liked from Vice in the past. I'm a big Palos guy. He really made a name for himself when he was playing for Execration in my eyes. He looked really good then. Now he plays for
he's dead, though.
Vice. Yeah, that's a big problem for him, as he's going to drop here. just trying to build him up, and all of a sudden he goes down. But Purifying Flames from Zanki will at least get the trade onto Masaros.
Yep, Bloodseeker also very fast. We have the top lane, putting on some hurt on Terrorblade, but he's getting salved up by DJ. That's what you want your support to do, you know, just give you all that region for free, so you have a perfect game. But yeah, a lot of work will have to be done by the Wind Ranger. He'll have to go Maelstrom, and he'll have to pick off this TB a couple of times. Because otherwise, I predict like a minute 20, 22 Skadi, plus Manta or St. Jasha, and then he's pretty much unstoppable at that point.
DJ taking a lot of damage, Raven in on a Samael, and well, that'll push back the Earth Spirit at least. For Bob, on this Windrunner, like, it does seem like you have to get a lot going.
Yeah.
And that's really tough when the side lanes are behind.
He has a lot of work to do this game. As I said, he needs his fast Maelstrom to cut through that armor of the Terrorblade. Then we have to find like 2 or 3 pickoffs, maybe even more, before he gets to that Skadi timing, because after that, they don't have damage to kill him. Roll. Oh!
Missing. DJ just
Kinetic
sidestepping it.
Didn't even try to.
Blood, right? Their focus is solely on DJ at the moment. Bob?
Fire.
Ooh, okay. Fairy Fire survived, never in doubt.
I'm surprised he didn't try to kinetic field him into the tower.
Yeah, he was close enough where I thought he might end up in a really bad spot and they could just get the kill.
Yeah, but either way, side lanes are going very well. Puck is winning middle. And Alchemist is getting pressure top quite heavily.
Yeah, this is always a bad sign when you've got an Alchemist on your team, is when you're down in net worth. Obviously, you're in the game and you can't see that, but you can sense that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't like the response. Bounty Rune's coming up here.
Shackle.
Can't get it, though. Oracle too fast.
Yeah.
But he should just be dead.
Yeah, there will be a kill in return on his Zanki. He gets hit with that Gush, held in place by the Shackle, and it's Masaros who gets the kill. And again, these side lanes are just going well. But that Bounty Rune's big for the Alchemist. You know, is that worth your life?
You can always make a case for it, you know. +5 for a Bounty Rune is okay, maybe. I'm not too sure in this case because they're already losing top quite heavily. So
yeah.
Alchemist will have to rotate into the jungle. And I don't know, like in China, you know, when they first face Tidehunter, we see him getting hard countered, like every time. This game, they picked an Alchemist into it.
And it doesn't feel
giving
like
him a free
much
lane.
of a counter to him at the moment.
Yeah. And you can see 32 CS, he's doing very well for himself. Metamorphosis is up again, bot lane has to be really careful. TB does a lot of damage here.
And it's not even just the Tide doing well, it's also just really all 3 cores for the side of Fnatic. You looked at the CS there for the Puck, and it was towards the top with the Tide now 40 and 11. Like, yeah, those are a couple of those over on those jungle creeps, but that's fine. That you know, he's moving around, he's staying in lane, he's not really letting the Windrunner get everything out of the lane. Yeah, Samael, Kinetic Field gonna be dead to rights.
He just walked in. Like he saw the meta popped, he's just like, okay,
and
I'll fight you.
Up top, they'll find themselves Zanki too. So 6-1 already for Fnatic, putting pressure on heavily on these side lanes. There has been harassment over mid, but it's these side lanes that are really finding themselves in business.
Yeah. They have a Ravage to work with, so he has to be careful here. He could die pretty easily. You see a TP coming from Earth Spirit top. He can't do too much to that Tidehunter. He doesn't really care about you.
Yeah, the Tide doesn't really care much at the moment. I'm still such a fan of these off-lane bottles.
Yeah, that's super good. And every time like a support dies, you know, just TP there, refills the bottle, and they're free 500 health.
Yeah.
It's very good, for sure.
Tide's actually holding out on finishing, upgrading those boots, potentially going into a
top.
Blink Dagger. Yeah, 3 heroes here. There's the roll, but they've got the Kinetic Field. Damage onto the Alchemist. Can they get the kill here on a Palos? They've got another TP in. Meanwhile, Jabs, he's the first one to die in this fight. Bob makes the rotation, but here comes Moon. Dream Coil onto 2. Alchemist is going to drop for the first one on Vice, but they've got themselves a second in DJ. They took out the Disruptor. They've got the Fortunes and the rolls a little bit to the right of Masaros, and it's a triple kill here for Zanki. All of a sudden, Oracle grabbing 3, and it's a full 5-man rotation from Vice up towards top.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much. Like 3 would have been enough. Now TB is free farm completely, but nevertheless, the really good rotation. We said they needed to get things done early, and they did. No mana for the Ravage. He was completely out of resources, and you know, if Tide has mana there, I don't think the fight will go nearly as well.
Yeah.
But good recognition that they see he doesn't have mana, and they punish him for it.
But that's also what we needed to see from Bob. Make a rotation, make it count. They got 3 kills. Obviously, they lose their Alchemist, which is the big like punch to the gut there. but if you're getting 3, kind of feels even.
Yeah, just the problem is, if TB is on par with an Alchemist net worth, Alchemist can never win.
Yeah.
Like, TB is just a super hard counter to Alchemist. So they need to make sure they pressure the TB more and give Alchemist a lot more room to farm. Because of course in Alchemist, you know, you give him 10 minutes, suddenly he can be 10k gold ahead. And a snowballed Alchemist can definitely beat a terrible.
Yeah, they need to keep their eye on this Alchemist, and they've been doing a good job of that so far. But for the moment, he's hidden away in the jungle, so I expect Fnatic, like they're doing right now, put the pressure on the tier 1 tower over top, potentially over mid, open up that entry points to the jungle, and make sure that they can continue to shut down the Alch, right?
Yeah, who has just been farming stacks, so it's made 1,000 net worth in like a minute.
And
Muff is used again.
Yeah, meta, this is to get not only a kill onto the Earth Spirit, but this also transitions into a tier 1 tower, so a good move there from Raven. Also picks up a bounty rune. That is way more luck than I get with a trusty shovel.
Same. Usually my first dig is just a Cobalt.
That was my first 3 yesterday.
Yeah, hate those. But yeah, Tidehunter right now has a Blade Mill queued up. Not a fan at all. Of course it's good against Wind Ranger, but it's more a pub build, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if that backfires or not.
I thought he was holding a lot of gold. I thought potentially he might just go Brown Beats Blink. But
Right. Blink would be fantastic this game. They don't really have an initiator. Because I don't know if Puck is going to go for this Witchblade build or more of a utility kind. He's going for Veil. Okay. I just love Tide with Blink, you know?
Yeah.
You're getting a good Ravage off, you just win a team fight off that. Or just rolling through, okay, chasing DJ.
Kinetic field down. Shackle's not going to connect, but they still have the power shot and one more to get the kill on the DJ, so it doesn't matter if the kinetic field locked him in. Meanwhile, Moon by himself for the moment. Illusory Orb now Blood Right, but Rupture's done, so Moon can be mobile once again.
Yep, making it look easy once more. Shackle, not
Shackle
connecting.
again. Bob's trying to go in on the jabs, but
Ravage.
now jabs can turn. Might think about using the Ravage here.
Nope. Okay, going into the Blink. Good, good. Don't build Blade Mail and Tidehunter in pro games.
Bob's still getting chased by Masaros. They
Wimps
have
back.
Wimps into the Static Storm. Now the Kinetic Field's down. They needed damage to follow this up. There's the Geomagnetic Grip that gets the silence out of the Shadow Shaman, but that's not going to save the life of Bob. They also get the kill on a Zanki. 2 heroes dead on the side of Vice. Make it a third. Once Samael dies, they'll walk in front of the roll, make sure he can't get out, and they'll take out a third. So Masaros with a double kill, and still a 2k lead for Fnatic over Vice.
Yep, Battlefield completed on Alchemist now. He's 1k ahead of the Terrorblade. It's not enough. He needs to be like 2 items ahead of his Terrorblade,
Yeah.
really. And if you're behind 2k with an Alchemist lineup, usually that, you know, is not a good sign.
He's trying to really bump up, and I think Vice have done a good job of getting him some space, but
Yeah. The thing is,
problem-
Alchemist can't win 1v5.
yeah, so
Ever.
you're seeing it on the net worth. Like, Alchemist is at the top. That's great. But then you've got Bob, who's
A non-factor at this
500
point.
gold ahead of a Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, he's transitioning into support this game already. I said he needs his Maelstrom really fast. He's not even halfway there yet.
Yeah, it's rough right now for the Windrunner. And really, the Bloodseeker. You look at where the 3 cores are out for Fnatic, and like you said, you're not going to 1v5 as an Alchemist.
I wonder what happened to the Wind Ranger, actually. Maybe he was just too active. Maybe he lost the lane a little bit too hard. But he is extremely poor. He just finished up a Javelin minute 12. Usually you have that like minute 7.
Yeah, it's not looking...
Wards committed for the mid lane, and they're smoked up. They have no Ravage.
Ooh, smoke gets broken, though, by Moon, who throws down the
Coil.
3-man Dream Coil. They've got Raven coming over with a Metamorphosis that was recently popped, but now the Dream Coil's done. The Shackle connects onto the one behind, which is the Disruptor of DJ. They'll go after Zanki. Illusory Orb should jaunt over to it and get the kill onto the Oracle. Now the question is, do they get a +1 on that?
Yeah, he actually just popped meta to farm the Ancient stacks, and then suddenly they just appeared.
They were right there.
Yeah, might as well just use it to kill someone. Rupture expanded, and Shadow Shaman just repeat back to base.
They deny the mid-tier 1, but that opens up the jungle. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what Fnatic want.
At least Alchemist traded for the bottom tier 1. And they're still waiting middle. Ravage up at 20.
Need to be really careful. Now the Rod of Atos comes in. Blood right down. Phase shift. Doesn't
he-
avoid the silence, but now the blink in from Masaros. They land the Shackle shot. They'll get the kill on a Moon. However, Bob's dead afterwards. They've got the glimpse onto the Bloodseeker. They'll pull him back into the Static Storm, but they won't get the kinetic field up in time. So Bloodseeker is able to run. Palos and crew are here. 4 heroes from Vice over near mid. Jabs is bottom, and TB's without the meta.
Just be careful.
Out of Atos, Blood right, both come down. There's the silence.
Rolling in. Wow.
Roll in under the tower. Geomagnetic Grip. They've got the silence onto the Shadow Shaman. Nobody rotating just yet for Fnatic.
I mean, he's just dead.
And yeah, now he's hexed up. Right clicks come through, and Earth Spirit's gone.
Yeah. Rare mistakes coming out from Fnatic there. Missing the phase shift timing on the Blood Rite. Another coil on Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle is just getting bullied at the moment. Yeah, look at the damage coming in. Silence, no chance of false promising yourself. They've got the glimpse as well as the kinetic field. This time it lands on Ryu, who will try to TP out. But they've got the Hex from Jabs. They'll stop the TP. They'll get the kill. They'll take out another. And Vice continue to lose these heroes one after the next. And the bloodshed doesn't stop for Fnatic.
Yeah, smoke up right away. Got Blink on Tidehunter Ravage available. But yeah, hard to fight into them now.
Yeah.
Very tough. They're trying to invade the jungle. Alchemist is
on the opposite side on the triangle.
Yep, they're going to find the Wind Ranger again, though. Oh, man. This guy is not having a game.
He's already used Wind Run. I don't think they really need to use Ravage, but they might just control this kill. Look at the damage come in, though. Yeah, not even needed. Masaro's dominating. 17-6. This Windrunner is so underfarmed that it's now behind the Shadow Shaman, who's really farmed.
Yeah. Or maybe he's not really farmed, but more like normally farmed, you know? Like the average.
Yeah.
Whereas Wind Ranger is, like, she's +4 farm at this point.
No, Shadow Shaman's pretty over-farmed, I think, at this point. He's got more
well,
gold than
he got
the
a couple
two
of kills
supports on the side of Vice.
Yeah, but also they're just having a rough game overall, right? DJ is having a blast of a game. Even the +5 DJ is doing very well for himself.
Yeah, he's at 2K. He's fine. He's happy with that.
Yeah.
Especially with everybody else around him farming.
Manta completed. As soon as he finishes Skadi, they're going to go Roshan, force a fight of Roshan.
Alchemist is mid.
He's all alone?
Yeah, he's by himself. This is rough because they've got the glimpse. They've got the Static Storm. He's all by himself, and they're trying to get the False Promise, but a great Ravage. That'll stop that from coming through. They get Zenki, they get Palos, now a 2-man Dream Coil. Everything is falling into place here for the side of Fnatic. It'll snap on the Bloodseeker. Onryu will be able to leave, but Samael won't. So 3 heroes dead on the side of Vice, and another big win for Fnatic, now 20-6.
Meta still half duration. They might be looking for Roshan. They also have the Snakes from Shaman, so it could even be an even earlier Rosh.
Yeah, throw the Gush out.
Yep.
To Rosh. You've got things here that are necessary just to take a quick Rosh at this point in the game. 16 minutes into the game, and they're going to take Rosh.
Very out of position there by the Alchemist. Like, he's just all by himself.
And on the other side of the river.
Yeah. And they just TP in, like, right in front of him. Of course, Disruptor.
They're going to try and come over. Everything right now is down for Fnatic.
They have to be careful. DJ getting caught out.
Yeah, DJ silenced. Kinetic Field, there's the Hex. They have the Gush. They should have the Shackle. Stun from Palos. That gets the kill on a DJ, who right-click on a Jabs, but Jabs doesn't care. You're an Alchemist, and a Shadow Shaman doesn't care about you hitting him. False Promise was used on Zenki. He's dead regardless.
Another Shackle.
I'm shocked. They're fighting into this Fnatic side, and they just don't have the strength to do so. Masaro's with a third.
Yeah, and now Shadow Shaman ahead of Bloodseeker and Nephilim as well.
Back in a Rosh.
I'm surprised they didn't drop the Snakes into Rosh right away. That looked a little scary there for a while. But turns out alright, they get another 3 kills. Wind Ranger didn't even want to join the fight because he knows he's pretty much useless at this point. He needs Maelstrom. Then he can start dishing out some damage. Another Glimpse possibility here.
Yeah, Static Storm into the kinetic field with the Glimpse. Bob shackled again, killed off. And it's 5-1 and 9 right now for the Puck. 4-0 and 3 for Raven on this Terrorblade, who's putting pressure on the top tier 2, has an Aegis to work with, and is just an ulti orb away from getting the Scotty.
Yeah, and at that point, the Alchemist ult as well as the Oracle heals will not be nearly as effective, of course. And TB's approaching unkillable territory, because all damage they have is pretty much physical.
Wing Dagger for the Puck.
Yeah.
Like you said, Palos needs to be 2 or 3 items ahead of this TB, and
he's not even 1 item ahead yet.
No.
And the items that he chose to go for also don't really offer much damage at all. As you saw, the Shadow Shaman, he was like, what, you hitting me? I'm going to hit you back.
Yeah, basically.
He actually just hit him back. I can't believe the Shadow Shaman is man up on him. Another smoke.
There was no fear there from Jabs. I was really...
They're smoking into a Ravage puck coil, though.
Yeah, this is now when all the team fight abilities are up for Fnatic. Not an amazing spot to fight into if you're Vice, but there's definitely a lot of pressure on them to fight. Silence onto the Oracle. Roll comes in, hits on Moon. Raven's coming over. Radavatos is going to miss with the phase shift. And
Big
now
coil.
the Dream Coil lands on a 2. They'll look over at the Oracle again, who won't be able to get the False Promise off because here comes the Ravage from Masaros. They've got the Serpent Wards around the Bloodseeker. They'll make it for Alchemist, the only one to survive, at least for now, as he walks away from the fight. But this fight takes place right near the Tier 2 tower, and that means another objective for Fnatic.
Yep. Easy tower with the Terrorblade meta. He also finishes the Skadi now. They might look to go high ground for a little bit, but probably not with Alchemist dipping in.
How much do they have to respect the high ground defense? Like, is
Quite
it
a bit,
really
quite a bit.
enough?
Yeah, they have a lot of spam out with the Blood Ride and everything. Going on the TB here, possibly. The whole team has left him, but he's just too tanky.
But they get there very quickly still.
Yeah.
And now that Alchemist is pushed up, like,
He's boxed in now.
he
That's the
needs
problem.
to be careful.
Like when you TP back like that, you kind of box yourself into the map, which means you can't really get a lot of net worth out of the map anymore.
I like this build from the Tidehunter, and this is what I was going to ask about originally,
Blink.
but it goes to the Arcane Blink. We've seen it before. Arcane Blinks, Octarines, all on these Tides. Just be as effective as you can. Get the Ravages in as often as possible.
Yeah, that's also a pretty hard counter to BKB, because you can't react to that anymore.
Yeah.
That's humanly almost impossible.
Hal's just showing himself mid, and again, like,
He has BKB. Like, he thinks he's very strong, but we'll see if he
Roll
is.
comes in and doing a good job of avoiding everything.
Yep.
While that's going on, though, pressure onto the Tier 2 bottom.
Yep, going straight into the MKB to counter the Wind Ranger. As soon as he has that, Wind Ranger is free food, basically. Getting slowed by that Skadi and Reflection. She can't move.
And the Shaman's so farmed, I can't say it enough.
Yeah, he's brutally farmed. I mean, he's like a glorified core at this point.
For sure.
Blink
to the
Dagger.
BKB.
He didn't even go Etherlands. Interesting.
Yeah, I want those shackles from across the map.
Yeah, me too. You got that shard and in addition 150 range. Oh, they're smoked up.
And they want
There's
this
some
Alchemist.
Hex.
They'll get the Hex as well as the Serpent Ward's down. And he's going to stand in the Blood Right, but they've got the Static Storm with the BKB being popped here by Palos. Meanwhile, they get the kill into Zenki. They'll look towards the back lines. They're trying to get the kill into the Earth Spirit while all this is going on in the front. They'll try to TP out this Alchemist with the BKB. He escapes. Down goes DJ. Samael to follow in the grave. 2-for-1 trade in favor of Fnatic again. Not much there for Vice to do. They did drop Serpent Wards in the Static Storm. Not massive in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the ultis on Fnatic. So a lot more willing to just throw these out and get what they can.
Yeah, Ravage available. And Metamorphosis available again. And this is where, as Vice, you have to just give up your tier 2 towers. You need to split push, get as much farm on the map as you can. But you can't even really kill this puck who's just annoying you so much around the map, Like, you don't have heroes to pick him off with.
Yeah.
This is why this hero is so scary. If you don't have a Shadow Shaman or a Lion, it's just so tough to deal with. TB doesn't even need the meta to push towers anymore. So strong at this point.
Puck getting through in the second
phase.
phase is
Interesting.
it's just it looks so strong the entire DPC so far. If you're not getting it, I'd be scared to play it, and I wouldn't want to give it up like this.
Yeah. Cast range talent picked up on Shaman.
So Arcane Blink now from Masaros.
Yeah.
Almost
All the
have
pieces coming together.
BKB for the Shadow Shaman. 9k lead for Fnatic.
Smoke up again after clearing the ward. And they might just go high ground here. They're not ready at all on Dire.
They have Arcane Blink and Ravage. Like,
Oh, they want to kill the Alchemist if he
yeah,
comes down
Alchemist needs to be careful. Palos just guarding the high ground for now, or, well, patrolling, but now
Oh,
he
he
finally
doesn't
comes
know.
down. There's the Blink as well as the Hex. That comes through as well as the Shackle. They're looking for the Ravage. They're going to throw it out onto the Oracle. Can he get the False Promise off? He got it before the Ravage. Static Storm, that's down with the BKB being used by Palos. They look over at Samael, who drops the Magnetize in, rolls over, hits DJ. Now Power Shot comes in as he was shackled. Blood right, there's the kill, onto one, Dream Coil hits two, no BKB available for the Alchemist, but he goes after Jabs, he gets the kill into the Shadow Shaman, they'll take out Samael, that's a third hero dead on the side of Vice. Palos on the run, trying to make it into his base, but the right clicks come through as well as the Gush slowing him down. They'll get the kill, that's a fourth, maybe make it a fifth, as on the run is Onryu, and it should be a full team wipe for Fnatic, and it will be. Oh, there it is. All right, playing with their food a little bit, but Fnatic, they lose both their supports and get a full team wipe over Vice.
Yeah, and that initiation wasn't even good for Fnatic, you know. It looked really bad for them, but they're just so far ahead item-wise that they still managed to come out on top.
Yeah.
TB is just untouchable. This whole team fight is just right-clicking everybody, and you can't fight into that. Like, TB's damage output is ridiculous. With that meta, he hits for like 350, he's 4 illusions out. It's just too much damage coming in. Now they're just gonna wait, reset the cooldowns, do the same thing again. You know, if you're ahead, get more ahead.
Yeah.
Very simple, especially if your late game is secure.
And you use that Arcane Blink, Ravage is up in 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
They should be ready to go again in just a second. Realistically. I mean, they probably will wait for the Metamorphosis. That's about a minute.
Yeah, now they're just going to wait for Roche, get a second Roche, Aegis Cheese, go high ground with that. MKB almost completed on TB, he will hit even harder. And you still, even though he's just itemizing for damage, you don't have the tools to go through his HP pool.
So this seems like a last-ditch effort smoke for the side of Vice.
They have to do it now. For
Well,
sure.
Things are down, but Ravage will be up soon enough. And, well, you know, there may not be a meta, but there is a way to still take this fight. There's a lot of disorienting spells on the side of Fnatic ready to go at this point.
It's already up. Ravage is already up. And there's only
They're
one
up on the
BKB.
high ground. Jabs, he's in the front. Throws that Hex out and now gets the Blink away. There's the Blink as well as the Ravage that comes through and hits onto 3. They get the kill onto the back line's already onto Zenki, so they won't have a false promise. The second one falls on Samael. Earth Spirit gone as well as the Oracle. They both have buyback. They'll buy back on the Oracle first. Maybe to buy back on Samael next. That's what they do. Bob, he's gone. 3 dead. Has buyback. Serpent Wards blocking the path of this Alchemist. Jabs getting low. There's the false promise from the Oracle as well as the Magnetize down onto the TB. He's silenced up, trying to survive for now. Pops the Manta, goes after this Bloodseeker as well as the Alchemist. He's charging up a stun, throws it on an illusion. Onryu, he's gone. 3 heroes dead, still on the side of Vice. They'll continue to chase Palace, and with a Dagon, they'll zap him into the grave. They'll look over at Zenki, he's already died once in this fight. Trying to run, trying to hide, nowhere to go. Zenki gone, full team wipe again for Fnatic, who will take it 7 for 2.
All 3 cores with a monster kill streak minimum. Last time we saw that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just nothing they can do really. Like the draft already looked very rough for them, you know. And
yeah, bottom set of racks will fall here.
not much they can do about this, honestly.
Not at all.
Yeah, even if they get back now, you know, Fnatic can play it safe, just go for that Roshan. But, you know, they do have the damage to just get 2 Rex at least. Back off. Buy your new items that you just acquired from this team fight. And it should be pretty straightforward from there.
Shackle onto the puck.
Yep.
Have the shard untie, the anchor smash. Upgrade, and now a silence on a Bob. This is tough for the Windrunner, but Moon getting a little low on mana, backing away as everybody's starting to come up for the side of Vice.
Yeah, they still have to respect, you know, their team fight, even if they don't, especially when they don't have cooldowns on Radiant. You don't want to throw your lead away.
Yeah.
Just wait for that meta to be up again, Ravage to be up again, and you just can't lose a fight at that point.
This is 42 kills in 27 minutes for Fnatic alone.
Yeah, blinking with a Wind Ranger here.
Yeah,
just gets blown up.
And kill Bob. They've got the blood right down. That's going to silence up one, but the BKB gets popped by Jabs. They've got the Ravage coming in from Azaros. They'll look over at Onryu, take out the Bloodseeker, go after Samael, as well as the Shackle onto the Oracle. Not 3, but 4 here for Fnatic. And again, still cleaning up. Trying to push a 1K per minute lead for Fnatic with an Alchemist on the other side.
Yeah, and there's a GG.
Yeah, so that's the GG. Vice finally tap out.
Yeah.
Fnatic will take game 1 in easy fashion.
Not surprising.
And, yeah, with that draft showing up very big and just honestly annihilating Vice. But that's kind of what we expected from Fnatic. We were all hoping that Vice would give a little bit more, but they got outdrafted and just came barreling through like the Juggernaut from X-Men through the walls of Vice's defense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they were already considered the favorite. If you give him a draft that is just so much